the darkness surrounds us. It's time to light up the night. It's time for Zero Dark 30 with John.
Yay!
Hey everyone, boy, that was an exciting start. Jeez. We got some serious internet issues going on still, apparently, but what the heck? Here we are. It is Zero Dark 30, and you are on the Prepared Minds early morning breakfast menu, where we get to all take a big bite out of a schnitz sandwich. Well, folks, do you feel helpless? Or are you prepped? Are you prepared? Are you patriotic? This story is interesting. It kind of woke something up in me. President Trump filed a motion to delay enforcement of New York Attorney General Letitia James. Her enforcement to steal his property, seize his property, get his property. Right? They want their big money. They want their hundreds of millions of dollars. They want to go in there and just steal his money. It's great, isn't it? Jesus. Anyways, Trump filed for a delay in the enforcement of the hundreds of millions of dollars that Letitia James is demanding. And his delay was denied by none other than little schmarmy. That's right, folks. That's exactly what he is, Judge Engoron. So what does that show us, folks? What does it teach us? Well, that it doesn't really matter who you are. You can be famous. You can be rich. You can be powerful. You can be all of those things. And if the government wants, it can still fuck you over. It still can. And we've all felt that. Completely helpless to the situation. It's like being held at gunpoint. You're fucked. Right? What do you do? What do you do? Now, my take on this is people are going to sympathize with Trump. Not only Republicans, but others who have been just railroaded by government. All it does is galvanize people behind him because they sympathize with it. Here's this rich guy. Because they don't like him politically, they're going to lie, cheat, and steal and fuck him over. Now, if it was any other rich guy, we all might say, good, rich motherfucker, how's it feel? But in this case, we know it's Trump. And in this case, we know Trump has been putting up with this shit since he ran for election back in 2016. This is the crazy part, right? People sympathize with Trump. They don't fall for the hate Trump, hate rich people paradigm. People sympathize with him. They understand. The other part is the helplessness of it all. The helplessness. You realize how powerful government is when you have no power. Right now, Trump is powerless. He's got attorneys that make more money per hour than I do in a year. It's crazy that way. His attorneys are of no help. He may as well have had Pee Wee Herman as his attorney making his case, because it hasn't done him a bit of good. So people sympathize with it, and Trump now is sympathizing more with us. Right? Yeah, I mean, he should live the good life. He's a wealthy guy. But I think the point is he now sympathizes more with us. He's feeling how his power, his money, his fame is not helping him in this situation. Do you think that's going to be better for us when he's president? Or I should say, if he becomes president again, because the Democrats don't want that to happen. They will lie, cheat, and steal, and they've said it. Well, that's really it. America we're teetering, is what's happening. The country is teetering. And it's between those who take action and those who don't. And this is where the strangeness of it all is the fruitcakes are very small in number. The Democrats, who are just absolute scumbags, are very small in number. But they're exercising an extreme amount of control and leverage over all of us by way of the government system. And folks, the government system can be changed in an instant. We saw how we went from law and order to the streets are lined with chaos, mostly peaceful protests. Back in 2020, we saw this. We went from a calm country to we're losing our minds and we're not going to behave and we're going to, assault people, burn, loot, and murder, all that. So in truth, the people really have to allow themselves to be governed. And what's the Democrat motto? Be ungovernable. Okay. But it does work both ways. And we've been getting pushed to the left for a long time politically. Pushed to the left for a long time. We've been being stolen from for a long time. Our government has been screwing us with taxes and inflation for a long time. But I want to ask you an important question. Do you feel helpless? Helpless to it? The answer is, well, you should, because essentially you are. I am. We are all helpless in the face of this kind of tyranny, where government wants to take everything you've got, punish you, where you could be pulled over by the cops, pulled out of your car, arrested, thrown in a jail cell. Nobody knows anything where you're at, nobody to protect you, and you're done. That's the helplessness we all feel as individuals. But there's one way out of this, and that is for America to continue to do what it is doing, and that is waking up ourselves and waking up others. And that's not good enough, folks. Laying awake in bed doesn't get the work done. You're asleep in bed and you wake up and you're like, holy crap, here I am. I realize where I'm at. Waking up is not it. In order to get out of helpless, you've got to be prepped. You've got to be awake, and you've got to be ready and willing to take action. That action right now comes in the form of waking up others and getting them out of bed and doing something, right? Just utterly flooding politicians with emails, period. A daily email that goes out through a simple account where you have all of your politicians listed on there, up and down. You just hit a button and it goes to all of them. A bulk email out to all the politicians. Write every day, tell them something. Okay. Because eventually the action that's going to need to be taken is to become, like the left, ungovernable. You'll notice that at times government acts like it's helpless, because it truly is helpless in the face of us, when we, who are not a small, tiny number of fruitcakes, when the majority of the country, the real majority of freedom-loving Americans, when we take action, it's going to be profound. But we start right now. Right? Waking up is just part of it. Getting up and moving and going and doing something is the rest. I'm going to leave it at that. Tonight will be the free for all. You guys be cool. I'll talk to you very soon.
Cut out the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.